in the future, you're not going to need insurance to get health benefits. That is the way of the corrupt. That is the way of this inefficient system where you have these arbitrary companies decide if they're going to treat you or not, if they're going to treat your cancer or not, which is wrong. It is wrong to let anyone die just because they don't have the means. It is against human nature. It is a crime against humanity. Do you know anyone who's died from heart disease or cancer? It doesn't need to be that way. Once we take the corrupt resources from the corrupt elitists, we will put it towards mega projects that will solve cancer, heart disease, and much more. But requires we eliminate some of the corruption, well, all of the corruption that exists. And that equals trillions of dollars with a T. A lot of money. Plenty of money to be used for good. So that we can actually end cancer. So we can end viruses. There's a certain biological factor to viruses, and it's not the role. It doesn't make sense to eliminate all of them. But there's certain ones that will kill us. Those are the ones we need to target to build human antibodies extremely quick to deal with them. And then we're also talking about bacterial infections, superbugs that basically don't die from antibiotics because of the overuse. That's another thing that needs to change. The overuse of antibiotics in the agricultural industry. That's another thing that needs to change. Because we can all be fed. But the greed of these companies who just want to bulk up the meat, factory produce it, these sick animals, in order to make money. So they can satisfy the shareholders. That is all they care about. And that needs to change. Of course, there is a need for private industry. That is how people can start their own businesses. But when you have these huge corporations prey on society, that's why we have a system to do something about it. So we need to change the wrongs in society. We need to eliminate insurance companies so that we can bring the doctor closer to the patient. So that when you go to the doctor's office, when you go visit your doctor or you go to a hospital, you don't need to worry about how to pay for it. Because the services will be rendered. The services will be rendered. Just as if you went anywhere else. If you went to get your car checked, service will be rendered. That's not to say government will be the one doing it. No. Essentially, planned medical care is not the answer. What we need is to eliminate the corruption from the system. And that is the humanism way, to eliminate the corruption, to eliminate the inefficiencies, which has bred like a cancer in this system. So it's really about, humanism is really about eliminating cancer everywhere, from the body to society. We have cancer all over, and what we need is chemo. And the chemo is this philosophy of humanism. Now, it's a difficult change because we have these corrupt elitists who are in the way of progress, but it is a change for everybody because the healthcare system will finally be fixed, and it's going to be so much cheaper. It's going to be so much more innovative because we have these corporations who don't care about innovation. They just want to keep the assembly belt rolling. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's the only thing they care about. This fundamentally needs a change, and this organization of humanism is the one to do it. So we need to work within the system. We need politicians who agree, who push our philosophy to help people so that we can finally fix the system, fix the healthcare system, fix the mental health system. That's another issue. Why do you need to worry about means when you're mentally ill? A lot of these mentally ill people don't have means because they're living on disability anyway. So they go to these psychiatrists who just prescribe them medication. That is their answer to everything. It's just a pill mill. And these corporations love it. The ones who make the pills, because obviously they're making money, right? It's another thing that needs to change. There's a need for a prescription medication, but we need more focus on mental health. And if we focus more on mental health, then we're going to have less gun violence. Gun violence is caused by the mental health of individuals who have been rejected by society, destroyed by society. So they feel the only way they can get a point across is by picking up a gun and going on a sick rampage. Well, this needs to change. We have the solutions to these problems. Now we need to spread this organization throughout this country and outside the country, because humanism is a worldwide effort for good, for a change in how government works, the purpose of government, fixing healthcare, the end of wars. For why do we need war when we're all on the same side? Imagine all the money, all the resources that would be saved, because you know who is the greatest polluter. It's the military, the greatest polluter of all. So, let us continue the good fight. Thank you for listening.